Welcome to the YouTube Creators Hub podcast, where we help you conquer the internet one video at a time. We cover everything from how to start a YouTube channel to how to make a video go viral. And now, here's your host, the one and only Dusty Porter.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 347 of the YouTube Creators Hub podcast. Dusty here, the host of the show. If you're looking for a YouTube-based podcast where there is interviews of wonderful YouTube creators of all shapes and sizes, this is the podcast for you. It's a behind-the-scenes look of what it takes on YouTube to succeed at all different levels of success as far as numbers and monetary gains go. But I interview some amazing creators each and every Friday here on the podcast. As you know, if you've listened before, we're brought to you today by the fine folks over at TubeBuddy. It's the one tool, if I could only have one, that I would choose to use on my YouTube journey because of the flexibility and the updates that are regularly rolled out for the tool. If you would like, you can use our link in the show notes to try it out for 30 days for free. It allows you to try TubeBuddy for free, and you get a 30-day trial by using our link. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe to the podcast because I've already told you what you're going to expect, and it's free. You just subscribe. You can also join our Patreon community over there. You can throw us a few bucks. There's a bunch of different tiers over there. Our most popular tier right now is for the mastermind group, where you can take part in our 10 to 15 person mastermind groups each month, where we throw ideas around, talk about what's working, what's not working on YouTube. It has been a absolute success. But the most important thing is you get access to our creator Discord community, which is like an internal forum where you can just basically bounce ideas off of other creators. You can ask feedback on specific videos. You can share your channel. There's so many different things that you can do over there on our Discord server. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. Also, if you would like to be a guest here on the show. If you think your YouTube channel is worthy of spotlighting and asking questions about here, definitely do that and submit the 5-minute Google form down below as well. All right, so all the housekeeping stuff is out of the way. You probably can tell if you're a longtime listener that the title of the show is somewhat different. There's not as much information in the show notes. I believe I'm going with the title that says some things are more important than content creation. So if you are a new listener this week, I'm sorry. There is no interview this week. It is just me talking for a few minutes about something that I think is very important. I have really taken pride in the fact that I am very transparent with you guys here on the show. You know a lot about me personally. You know I have 2 wonderful and beautiful daughters. I'm married to my wife, Kaylin, have been now for going on 12, 13 years. And I am very transparent to let you know kind of where I'm at. I also let you know where I make my money. Very transparent with that. I tell you that all throughout the episodes throughout the years. And so this week, when something happened in my life, I'm just going to be open and honest about it. Basically, this week, my family lost our pet, our family dog. Her name was Dolly. My wife and I got her a couple of months after we got married, and she has been with us on this journey of life for 12 years. It was tragic. It was sudden. It wasn't expected because of some things that happened. I'm not going to go into the gory details, but she got into something that she wasn't supposed to, and although she had lived a long life and longer than most golden retrievers, it was very impactful to not just me, but my wife, my daughters. I also want to say this, preface this by saying I'm not one of those people who think that pets are humans. I don't treat them as such, but they are part of the family. And I can tell you that being here today and recording this audio right now, the day after it happened, it's different. It's lonely. She would always lay up here with me for the past decade. She was my partner. My wife was at school. My kids, when I had them, were at childcare, and it was me and Dolly. It was me and her. And it's different. And it's going to be a while. It's a struggle. Obviously, losing humans is way more impactful and way more important. I get all of that. But when you lose something as integral to your life as a pet, it's a big deal. And my wife is hurting. I'm hurting. My oldest daughter is hurting. My youngest daughter is too, but she doesn't quite understand it as much as Macy, my oldest daughter, does. And so I wanted to open with this monologue today because I want to encourage you to understand that there are things in life that are more important than content creation. We can get caught up with trying to start or grow or monetize a YouTube channel that some things just get left by the wayside. Whether it be relationships with our spouse or partner, whether it be relationships with our kids or our parents or friends, we can sometimes alienate folks because of our dedication to what we call the grind. We live in a society where grinding and working hard and working 60, 80, 100-hour weeks is smiled upon. It's actually it's pitched in a way that's encouraged. Not only is that unhealthy for you physically, mentally, spiritually, in all of those ways, but it's also unhealthy for your relationships and just the growth of you as a human. So I want to encourage you that today, as I'm dealing with this loss of a family member and Dolly, our pet dog for 12 plus years, I've really had time to kind of meditate and think about what matters to me. And what matters to me is that I'm a good human, that the content I produce and create here helps people. I don't record these interviews every week because I want to be popular or famous or internet famous. I record these shows because the initial motive from episode 1 now to episode 347, almost 350 into the show, to help you, the listener, in hopes that something you hear in these interviews will trigger a light bulb moment into what you're doing to where it's like, oh, I wish I did that. I wish I could do that. Or maybe it triggers you to use TubeBuddy that can help you eliminate so much time off of your journey. Or maybe it indulges you to join our Patreon group where you can rub shoulders with other creators. Or maybe it encourages you to pay me and hire me as your YouTube coach, right? And we go through that journey together as well. The main goal of this was not to do any of that as far as being famous or popular or an authority. Obviously, I want to be an authority on YouTube. I want to be this. I want to be a trusted source of information, but I also just want to be a good person. And I want when you to listen to this show, you know that I'm not here trying to pitch you. I'm not here trying to sell myself. I'm not here trying to get you on my email list. All of those things are amazing. And I want all of those things too. That's fine. You can have both. But at the end of the day, I want you to sit and think today, as you listen to this episode, what am I making important in my life? And what are some things that I'm letting go of or ignoring? Is it my health, mental or physical? Is it my relationships? Is it my real full-time job that puts food on the table? We can get in a point of view where at the end of the day, all we care about, all we're looking at is that nugget or that carrot at the end of the stick where it's, I want 100 subscribers. I want 1,000 subscribers. I want 100 followers on Instagram. I just want them to click like. Why aren't they sharing my stuff? But man, I've really had some reflection this week of really thinking about what really matters. And that's that when people interact with me, that they leave that conversation a better person and that they leave that conversation feeling better about themselves. And I hope as I conclude today, I hope you listen to this and not think to yourself, man, I'm kind of disappointed there wasn't an interview today. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have 2 or 3 already recorded. I could have edited them. I could have put them up. I could have sent them over to my new editor. I just didn't feel like it. I already had my TubeBuddy Express show recorded on Monday before any of this happened, or else the same thing would have happened over there. I just didn't feel like it. And next week, we're going to be right back on that train. But sometimes you just need some time. Sometimes maybe it's not even a traumatic experience like what I've gone through the past couple of days. Maybe it's just you're looking at your life and you're saying, I just need some time. Maybe that's you today. And I hope this episode resonated with you. I really, truly do. because it's important that you as a creator are invigorated. You're passionate. You cannot create good stuff if there are things that are bothering you, if there are things in the back of your mind that you're thinking about, or every time you're at your desk editing, you're thinking about, man, I've ignored my friends for months now, and they've invited me to go with them to Topgolf or to go do this thing that we used to always do together, and I'm ignoring them because I'm trying to really grind and focus. Maybe it's time you take a step back, and on the other side, you're going to see much better results for not only your content, but your life as well. Let me know. I'd love to connect with you over on Twitter at DustyPorterYT over there. That's where I'm going to be kind of interacting with folks the most. So follow me over there if you haven't already. And don't worry, next week we'll be right back on the interview grind, and we will have another interview 6 a.m. Friday Eastern time. Really appreciate you guys listening. It's been a great couple of months for the show, and it's because of you guys. So with all of that said, have a great weekend or whenever you're listening to this. We'll talk to you next week.
You've been listening to the YouTube Creators Podcast. We want to thank you and invite you to subscribe to the show, as well as support us on Patreon for great perks, such as having your YouTube channel featured on the show and a link on our website. Until next time, keep uploading those videos.